Hello. So I am from the National University Laguna, and also connected with the Department of Education Philippines. Okay, so my study today has something to do with the internationalization. So I'm glad that I saw another researcher reported or shared her research about internationalization. But my research will focus on transnational education in the Philippines, which is part of the internationalization program of our Commission on Higher Education. So for my research gap, internationalization has been always the dream of the Philippines, and part of this is focusing more on the TNA programs. No, and it is very necessary because right now we are globally employed. No, all Filipinos are around the globe. No, but for the transnational education, this is very important because not everyone in the Philippines, including those universities with autonomous status, accreditation level, can offer transnational education because it requires partnership in other countries. So, as part of the transnational education, okay, I conducted this study, and based on this, transnational educational leader is very important as a catalyst, in changing the landscape, in offering new programs and international programs. So transnational education is quite challenging in the Philippines, and it's complex. No, considering its nature, it mainly, according to my research, the transnational education providers find it very challenging. So, globalization in the Philippines, um, we are putting or investing our efforts into this because most of us are actually aiming for jobs internationally. And then, according to current research, in transnational education is offering a lot of opportunities for everyone who is involved into this. Okay. Purpose. Would like to as a result of the study, would like to craft directions for TNA leadership that may serve as a guide to future TNA providers. Okay. And then we will look into the profile of the schools offering transnational education, including human capital, personnel, academic leaders, program, status of students, partnership, employability, and all those criteria that involved in offering transnational education. The study is quite inclusive, and it took me 5 years to finish this. Okay, common character. We look into the characteristics of transnational education, and then we will look also into the programs offered here in the Philippines. Also for the partnership abroad, and then the faculty, and then the accreditation levels. Like I said, not everyone can offer transnational education. And then we will the research also took in the best practices of the TNA providers in terms of curriculum, mode of delivery, objectives, admission, and enrollment procedures, and also the teaching and learning management. And then the challenges, barriers, and also directions of the transnational education will be crafted, based on the results. So is this flow the study, upon looking, we will explore the profile of the providers, and we investigated on the cases of the TNE and non-TNE providers, and then interviewed the TNE providers, focusing on their practices, and then we will validate on the directions already established in the by the government, and also as a result of the study, I mean the clamor of those who are actually providing transnational education. So the participants, we have include all the deans and the managers of education, but only those who are directly involved in offering transnational education. Okay, the instrument used is unstructured questionnaire, researcher made. As for the for data collection, we employed Criswell's. It included interviews, observation, archival records, very important, physical and audiovisual artifacts, secondary sources. We for the data analysis, Braun and Clark's was used, including its steps, summarization, initial code of generation, theme searching, and so on and so forth. For for the research design, we have used phenomenological exploratory qualitative research by Yin. And these are the findings, no? Empowerment is important for human capital and leaderships, no? To ensure its success and effectiveness. For the program and partnership, collaboration is important wherein sharing of resources, coordination of efforts, and good communication is vital, for team network. And community engagement, community building for TNE to really work, it is important that collaboration with the community, which is also vital in coming up with partnership abroad. It's one of the criteria. So they're trying to, um, according to the research, community building will really matter in offering TNA. Okay, common characteristics of universities offering TNE. Normally, those who can offer TNE have good education quality and support. And these are the actually the Big 10 universities in the Philippines. Okay. And then faculty, the theme is, I cannot see it. Sorry. Quality, no? Right now, we have a problem with the exodus of very good professors and teachers. They are working abroad now. So one of the findings is that the faculty must be quality, can really speak good English, good credentials. No? It's a priority to be able to deal with international students. Okay, accreditation levels. The result is that you must have a very high accreditation level, autonomous at the highest level in the Philippines. Practices, academic excellence. If your university is known for academic excellence, then partner universities abroad will contact you or will approve your proposal. If you don't have this academic excellence, well, what do you call this one? Standard or reputation, then you will not get a partner university. So mode of delivery, innovation, mostly TNE is offered online. So innovation is important. Objectives of employability is one of the objectives of TNE. If you got dual degree, one from the home school and the partner university, then your employability will increase. Now, enrollment, admission, and procedures are important to improve the student body or enrollment, because admission, including its processes and the way it's done, I'm talking about the admission procedure. You should be fast and systematic, no? And then teaching and learning management, innovations as well, training, not just in the local university but also abroad. And then opportunities. Internationalization is one of the opportunities, and also a challenge, given our landscape here in the Philippines, our internet connection, our technological. Sometimes the educational technology that we're using are not at par with that of those in the universities abroad. So upgrade in our TND providers, or for our TND providers, are very important. Okay, 5. Okay, the result of the study suggested that um, we should establish, or that the TN programs are offered in the Philippines and also governed by the Commission of Higher Education in the Philippines, must establish linkages with universities abroad with good academic standing, enhance facilities to meet the School of the Future standards, invest in learning managements, outsource human capital, though the training should not only be done here in the local university, but also abroad. And at the same time, those visiting professors must also be trained here locally, vice versa. Stay updated with CHED's issuances and memos, because sometimes the process has changed overnight. Okay. Six, CHED must create a panel of experts readily available for speedy review and approval of TNA programs. This is a problem because if sometimes, according to the TNA providers, new programs are not approved on time because the panel of experts are not present. So there is a delay in the process. So they have to reschedule. The government must subsidize TNA exchange students program. Well, TNA programs or courses are not cheap. They're very, very expensive. So as a result, only those students who come from well-to-do or rich family can enjoy or afford the TNA courses. The government must support and help TNA providers in establishing academic partners, because nowadays it's not a duty of the universities to look for universities who will be their partners abroad. So it is important that the government must also support their endeavor. Training, short courses, and curriculum must be revised to meet international standards in terms of skills and internship experience. And then lastly, improve the process in securing student visa, safety and health protocol of teen exchange students and local and international academic events. So this should be improved, especially now the health protocols are very strict. Okay, conclusion. Transnational education is critical to the internationalization of education and the competitiveness and employability of Filipinos in the global economy of today and tomorrow. The versatility of transnational education with regard to the multitude of systems is specialized to cater to the needs of Philippine and foreign higher educations, a factor that leaves the Philippines chasing compared to its regional neighbors with regards to the growth of TNE is the lack of timely regulatory support, as mentioned a while ago, and establish processes and frequent changes in direction. Healthy partnership must be forged by the TNE with the foreign HEI, while simultaneously being handled by the regulatory authorities. Program approval typically takes 3 to 6 years, which is not consistent with the revision and review cycles of international academic partners, because for the international partners, they revise their curriculum yearly or sometimes every 2 years. And then the exploitative and capitalistic nature of Philippine education opens doors for regional and international collaborations, but the number of top-notch schools across the board is much less. Like I said, it has a lot of opportunities, but the top-notch schools in the Philippines are limited. No. Recommendations: simplify and optimize regulatory processes and methods with regard to the creation, modification, and validation of TNA programs, and it must be expedited. Remake CHED's TNA technical panel to include TNA professionals with strict frameworks and schedules to curtail delays from the panel meeting postponements, fast track the recognition of a change in the program of TNA providers, finance the development of TNA in the Philippines at the basic, secondary, and tertiary levels, because it is very expensive to take the TNE courses. Pass laws and bills which systematize processes and expectations to lessen the frequency of regulatory mandate modifications. CHED may work with TN providers to ensure a significant change in the processing of permits and documents needed for program recognition. Here in my country, the Philippines, documents and processing of documents are quite difficult sometimes. because of the bureaucracy. And then number 7, create a 10-year strategy for TNE that includes easing regulations for implementation, tax relief, quicker regulatory oversight, and financial aid for students. Future researchers should use the study as a guide to explore changes in TNE implementation. I think that's all. Thank you.